We must do better. Mankind must become better.
Hello, everybody. It's October 9th, and I wanted to share with you a visit I had yesterday in Manhattan at the Fulton Houses, which is the west side of the island on 16th Street as compared to the east side of the island at 16th Street, where you have the Mount Sinai Board of Trustees, Goldman Sachs real estate sharks shutting down Beth Israel Hospital, which they looted and asset stripped, and now they say they can't afford to keep it open. This was a 799 bed hospital. There are now no hospitals in Manhattan south of 16th Street, and then on the west side of the island, there's another scandal. And I met with a very courageous woman, Jackie Lara, who is fighting to keep them from taking over Fulton Houses, a NYC housing development, which is home to probably, they say officially 1,600 people, but from what I saw, they have a lot of extended family living in those apartments. I bet it's more like 2,500, 3,000 or more people in 11 buildings, which they want to raise to the ground for the real estate. So we're going to take a look. So here is the Fulton Community Center, just part of the building. And here, what do you see in the background? Just not too far away, Hudson Yard. And I have to say, I was looking for parking, and I went just a little bit south, and I started to park my van, and a man came out and said, "You can't park here." And I thought it said parking after 2, but after 2, but that was only on Saturdays. And then suddenly I realized that every single car parked there was a black SUV with tinted windows. So this was a place for the creme de la creme, the millionaires, billionaires, whoever, to come, be dropped off by their drivers, go shopping and get back in their fancy SUVs. Obviously, they want to get rid of, how could you have poor people living a couple blocks away when you could expand and make millions and billions of dollars on the real estate speculation. Also, I think we may see in a future, one of these slides, the new Google headquarters is also right across the street. So here I am with Jackie Lara. She was giving me a tour of the housing. These houses were built in 1963. You can see while there's, it's clear like this ground here under the rose bushes could have mulch put on it and so on, but you don't see any major structural problems. The buildings are very solid. They don't have mold. They don't have mildew. One of the towers across the way, she said, has been having trouble with an elevator, which needs to be repaired. She also pointed out some new buildings which were put in there where the boiler keeps going out. That's not low-income housing. That's whatever housing, but it was built recently. And of course, it was built in a completely cost-cutting, flimsy way. So the residents there complain nonstop about not having heat, having mold, problems that the Fulton houses do not have, but definitely they're being starved for investment. They could look better. Now, this is Jackie inside her apartment. I just wanted this picture to show you the beautiful tall ceilings. It's all lovely fresh white paint, and you can see there's no black mold or anything else. It's in perfect condition. I looked at the bathroom. It's a 3-bedroom apartment, which she shares with her mother, children, and a couple grandkids. Lovely place. Here we are looking again at the houses. There's 11 buildings in this complex. I think 3 of them are high rises. So what's my point? Somehow we have a government which can find tens of billions of dollars to send to Israel to commit genocide against the people of Gaza, the West Bank, and now against the people of Lebanon. We have $300 billion to tell the Ukrainian people they should get themselves ground up as if in a meat grinder for a war with Russia, which they are losing. We seem to have very little funding for the people affected by Hurricane Helene. I don't know what we're doing about the hurricane now coming in, Milton, which is threatening to be very dangerous. And there's time to worry about throwing 4,000 people who are right now happily housed in decent housing, dumping them out on the streets of New York. Just what we need. More displaced homeless people. Jackie herself had experienced homelessness before, and she's now been living there for quite a number of years, I think over a couple of decades. Very stable. She's running to be the new tenant association president, and she's fighting tooth and nail for the residents there. So I just want to express my full support for the people of Fulton Homes. I'd like to wake up New Yorkers. Don't allow this crime against people merely because they are poor. Oh, and one other thing, let me just say, she tried to go shopping at the Chelsea market and they said, oh, we don't take EBT. And she said, why not? We don't want your kind in here. So think about that. Is that really the United States of America where everyone has an equal opportunity? This has to stop. That's why I'm running for US Senate against military industrial complex darling Kirsten Gillibrand.